Hey there, this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot and Tarot at 12, and this is Pick a Card. Today's question is, are they looking at my social media? Let's find out. Alrighty, today I have the Zombie Tarot spread out with our clear quartz to open up the energy. I'm going to live shuffle and set out 4 piles. I will put the timestamps in the description so that way you can bounce around and fast forward as needed. So let's focus here. Are they looking at my social media? Are they looking at my social media? Okay, so are they looking at my social media? This is pile 1, pile 2, let me scoot them down, there we go, pile 3, and pile number 4. Let's try to get them organized before I fill them up, right? All right, so if numbers are important to you, the number 1 typically stands for new beginnings and opportunity. The number 2 usually stands for balance and partnership. The number 3 is about creativity and social groups. And the number 4 is about structure and stability. Now, if numbers are not important to you, please just disregard. Okay. So, let's straighten these out a bit. I guess straightening them in the beginning did not help me keep them straight in the in the second place, right? Alrighty. Okay. So we have pile number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Now I'm going to ask you to calm your mind. Think of the question, are they looking at my social media? See where your attention is drawn and select your pile. Let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, pile 1. Are they looking at my social media? Let's see what people are doing. Okay. All right, interesting. Okay, so I'm going to say that, well, first of all, we start off with our 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is about kind of, going forward. Oops, sorry, it's crooked. Going forward, usually with help, a guided kind of journey, moving on. But as you can see in this deck, look at the zombies there holding on to the deck or to the boat, trying to tag along, trying to capsize them. If you see my the symbolism there, the meaning behind that, that's looking like somebody is potentially looking at your social media, is thinking that, how can I either get on board with this, get on board, or how can I stop this from moving forward? So if this is a business page or some kind of page where you're trying to build your followers and so forth, that would be somebody potentially who is jealous. If this is a question regarding, a crush or a friend that you want to see what you're posting, either way, it does apply. The social media to boost followers would mean to kind of try to hold you back and to emulate what you're doing and take some of that from you, as in a jealous situation. And if it's in a crush situation, it is somebody who's paying attention. It is somebody who's looking. I do believe this would be somebody who is either A, a love interest, or B, somebody who is trying to build the same kind of social media following that you are building. This is our page. This is about new information. This is usually somebody who is very kind of new in the process or in the journey. Somebody who quite doesn't know the ins and outs of how to do things, whether that's to emulate you and get followers of their own, or to interact with you on social media in a romantic situation. Here we have our page of hazards. This is Pentacles, and notice we have two pages here right next to each other. So this is new. This is in the beginning stages. This person has not been watching you for a long period of time, and it's somebody that you wouldn't probably realize who it is. You might be thinking, oh, I hope it's my crush so-and-so, or, oh, I know it's so-and-so who's trying to build a social media following like I am. Either way, I think it's somebody that you wouldn't outwardly expect or suspect, from that. So to answer the question, are they looking at your social media? The answer is yes, I do believe they are. If it is a crush situation, they are interested. It is the beginning of the connection. It is the beginning. If it is a social media follower type of person, like on a business page or something like that, it is somebody who definitely wants to emulate you. But it is near the beginning, as I said, and it's somebody that you are not seeing. So take a look around you. See if there's somebody you might be overlooking because you're not expecting that to be the person who it is. But yes, definitely, I think somebody is looking at your social media. Okay, pile one. Pile number two. All right, pile two, let us find out what you have. Question is, are they looking at my social media? Okay, not sure if this person that you're asking the question about is a romantic interest, or if you're building a social media presence, and this might be somebody who wants to do the same. So there are kind of two scenarios, a crush and a potential jealous person, for lack of a better word. But the question is, are they looking at my social media? And I would say there is some looking at your social media for sure. I don't think it's a vindictive kind of thing, though. I don't think it's a negative thing. So if you're trying to build your social media following, I do believe people are looking and saying, wow, how did they get here? Or how might I do the same thing? I think you are viewed as very successful. We've got our Queen of Wands and our Nine of Cups, each which says success, success, success. And this is success based off of your past work. Here's the balance. This is the balance that needs to happen. There's enough room for everyone in the social media sphere. If you're trying to build a page or a business or build a following, just because you have a following doesn't mean they can't as well, or vice versa. So there is enough. Now, if this is a crush situation and you're hoping that somebody is noticing you, I would say they are absolutely noticing you. So in either scenario, the answer is yes. But in the crush situation, I do believe this is kind of in the vanilla stage. I think that this is somebody who's recognizing you and seeing you for, the attractive or powerful or smart person that you're portraying there on social media. But it's being kept in balance, meaning there is not some kind of overt effort being made to say, yep, this is it. It's coming in now. You're going to get a date. You're going to get a connection. You're going to get some conversation. It's not to say that's not going to happen, but it is still into that let's keep it even, Steven phase. So in either scenario, building a social media following and somebody perhaps looking and maybe being jealous and things like that, I think at this point it is more of being impressed by you. And if it's a dating situation, a crush situation, I would say yes, they are looking at your social media, but it is somebody who, again, is not ready to act on it. You might have somebody in mind to wonder if they're looking. And I think that, yes, they are but I don't see any huge action coming yet. But I do see that they're looking and they are intrigued. Yes, indeed. Pile 2. Pile number 3. All right, pile 3. Let us find out what you have. The question is, are they looking at my social media? Okay. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, yes, I do believe they are. Now, there are two kinds of scenarios you might be asking about if people are looking at your social media. The first being a crush situation, wanting to know, or a romantic kind of connection, wanting to know if they're looking. And two, the second scenario, is if you're trying to build a social media presence for whatever reason, whether it's popularity, whether it's a business, whatever. So there are two scenarios that I will apply this to. Either way, I do think the answer is yes, and I will explain why. In the romantic scenario, it looks like, there is a foundation wanting to be achieved. I think this person is attracted to you. I think this person does feel that, you are attractive, charming, smart, whatever it is you're trying to portray, the message has definitely been received. This is our 6 of Wands. This, as you can see in this deck, it's all a newspaper article, and the headline is about being victorious. This is also, though, about building a foundation. It's the beginning of that victory, the beginning with more needing to be done. Well, what needs to be done? It's running right into the Lover. So, wow, how can you get better than that, right? Then we have our 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is telling me that this person is trying to kind of branch forward, not knowing quite how to do that. We've got our 8 of Cups and our 4 of Swords. Not knowing how to maybe approach you, not knowing quite what to say. And this card here would indicate they're trying to come up with a way to connect with you, perhaps, or say something, or like something, or whatever. Now, if this is a business situation or a popularity type of following, yes, they are looking at your social media, and they're trying to figure out a way to do what you're doing on their own. They see you as successful. We got the 6 of Wands. We've got the Lovers. It seems like you're engaged with your followers and you have a loyal kind of base. But this person who's looking is not sure that they are included or that they can do this. And so they don't know if they can reproduce what you're doing because you do have a loyal following. So they're kind of thinking about trying to maybe do something else that could, be similar. Here we've got our 4 of Swords where they're refocusing their objectives. So the answer to both scenarios, dating, yes, they are looking with the hope of trying to find a way to connect with you. And if it's business or popularity type of scenario, yes, they are looking and they're trying to figure out a way that they can emulate you, but I think they're looking in a different direction, something that would be similar but not identical, because they're trying to refocus because you do have this loyal base. Yeah. All right, pile 3. Pile number 4. All right, pile 4. Let's find out what you have. The question is, are they looking at my social media? Okay, so there are 2 ways we can look at this question. One, if it's a romantic interest, I need to see if they're looking at your social media posts. And 2, if you are trying to build a business or a following, or just worried about having a popularity kind of thing. So the answer to both questions, we'll address them each. We have the 2 of Hazards, which is the 2 of Pentacles. And this is kind of about trying to balance things, keeping things in order. Now, this deck in particular is very interesting because it shows the real balance. This person has restraint and balance. They're holding on to this crazy looking zombie person from running away. So it's somebody who is very balanced and can stand their ground. Interesting, because right after that we have our Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is running in and ready to take things over, wanting to really kind of take charge, make it happen, and things like that. It is followed by the Death card. The Death card is never about dying, so do not worry about that. But what it is it's the death of something greatly held. It's kind of about a rebirth, sort of having a new opportunity to do things. And then we have our Sun. The Sun is all about success, enlightenment, hope. This is what we want. You're going for success, whether it's A, to get that person to notice you, your crush person, or B, to just, because you're wondering, is this person kind of encroaching on my audience or my goals with this, or are they simply just jealous and being rude? That's kind of important to see as well. So the answer to both questions, yes, this person is looking at your social media. I think what's happening, though, is this person is going to go away. Now, if you're looking for a romantic connection, I'm sure that's probably not the idea that you wanted to see happen. You're obviously wanting to get their attention because you want to connect with them. I see somebody that is just holding tight and not even really potentially paying attention. They're excited about, keeping a balance in their life, for one, but they're excited about going out there and enjoying things. I don't think they're super focused on finding a love interest. So therefore, even if they might see you and, scrolling down their news feed or whatever, and, they have maybe a neutral kind of position, or they might say, hey, she looks cute or he looks good looking, but it's not what their focus is right now. So I think that, that is probably going to go away. But we do have this hopefulness. So the Sun is indicating that this person might eventually kind of come around. But no, I do not believe they are looking right now. Now, if this is a popularity thing or a business thing and you're working on building your followers, I would say that somebody is taking a peek. And by taking a peek, I mean they're looking and then moving on. This is probably somebody who wants to see what other people are doing so that they can build their own page. If it's a jealousy kind of situation, things like that, I do think that, while they're looking and seeing what you're doing, they just kind of hope that, this will die off kind of thing. If it's a jealousy thing, just hoping it's going to go away. Not super concerned, though. So for either scenario, I feel like the answer would be, yeah, they're looking, but they're not super invested. It's just more of a cursory kind of, look at what you're doing, because they are busy doing their own thing or trying to build their own thing. So yeah, I do think they're looking, but I think you can kind of put that to bed if you're concerned. If you're hoping to date somebody, again, that hopefulness is still there, but I don't think they're looking right now. I don't think that's where their head is. So yeah. All right, pile 4. Well, great. I wanna thank you all for participating in this pick a card. I hope it was helpful. Please hit subscribe to my channel. I put out several pick a cards a week, and I have a live show every day at 12 p.m. Central Time where I do free tarot readings. I'd love to have you there. I would enjoy reading for you. I want to thank you so much for coming, and be sure to check me out on my show. I will see you soon.